Hello, students. You are welcome back to the module on curriculum studies in physics. And you are once again welcome to session 4 of Unit 2. And in this session, we will be looking at the rationale for developing the senior high school physics curriculum. My name is Patrick Ejay. Now, at the end of this session, you should be able to state the rationale for teaching physics, and 2, state the general aims of the senior high school physics program. Then finally, describe the organization of the senior high school physics syllabus. Now, let's look at the rationale for teaching physics. And we cannot state the rationale without defining physics as a discipline. And so, as a discipline, physics deals with the nature of matter and energy, their interactions and measurement. So, how matter and energy interact in nature. So, in the simplest form or in the simplest term, we can define physics as physics is the study of nature. Physics deals with the study of nature. And so, the study of physics, we all know, has had and it will continue to have impact on the world today. So almost all applications, all the technologies that we are enjoying today are based on the advancements from physics. The various discoveries that are made from physics are also improving technology in the 21st century. And so the ideas, the skills and attitudes that are derived from the study of physics are being widely applied in various scientific and technological developments. And so in this era, there is no known gadget, there is no known technological tool that is being used without having any physics implications or having any physics backings on how it is used or how it was developed. Now, let's look at the general aims of the senior high school physics program, the general aims. And once these are general aims in the high school physics program, then you as a teacher, you must be aware of these aims so that in your teaching and the learning process, you will always remember these aims so that your teaching process will be aligned to these aims. And so the aims of the senior high school physics program are two. So the first one is to provide, through a well-designed studies of experimental and practical physics, a worthwhile hands-on educational experience for the learners to become well-informed and productive citizens. So when you look at this aim, you realize that physics at the senior high school should not be taught in abstraction. At least learners must have some experimental, hands-on activities so that they can become productive after going through the physics program. And the second thing is that, or the second aim, is to enable the Ghanaian society function effectively in a scientific and a technological era where many utilities require basic physics knowledge, skills, and appropriate attitudes for operations. So in the 21st century, almost all utilities that are being used have some basic physics background behind it. And so the aim of the physics syllabus is to ensure that in the 21st century, our students, Ghana as a whole, should not be left out. And another aim is for the learners to recognize the usefulness, utilization, and limitations of the scientific methods in all spheres of life. So, in solving problems, we base on the scientific method, but we must also understand and make known to the learners that the scientific method has a limitation. It may not be able, or we cannot apply it to all situations in this life. And another aim is to raise the awareness of the interrelationships between physics and industry, between physics and information and communication technology, between physics and agriculture, between physics and health, between physics and other daily experiences. And so, in the teaching and learning of physics as a classroom teacher, you must ensure that whatever things that you teach, you try to relate it to the physical things or how they are being applied when it comes to the industry. Another aim of the physics syllabus or the physics program is to develop in students skills and attitudes that will enable them to practice science in the most efficient and cost-effective way, so that after learners going through the senior high school physics program, then the learners must be creative, they must be problem solvers, they must be innovative. All these are attitudes, all these are skills that must be developed in the students after they have gone through the senior high school physics program. And also develop in students desirable attitudes and values such as precision, honesty, objectivity, accuracy, perseverance, flexibility, curiosity, and creativity. All these are desirable attitudes that must be developed in the students after they have gone through the senior high school physics program. And also, we must teach in such a way that we can stimulate and sustain students' interest in physics as a useful tool for the transformation of society. So nowadays you realize that students' interest in studying physics are declining. Now you go to most universities and you find out students who are taking physics are few as compared to students taking other programs. And so we must teach physics in such a way that be able to sustain students' interest, because physics is a useful tool for society transformation. Now let's look at the organization of the syllabus. The senior high school syllabus has been structured to cover 3 years program. So Form 1, Form 2, and Form 3. And each year's work consists of a number of sections, with each section comprising of a number of units. And the senior high school syllabus is organized in the 6 sections. Now these 6 sections are: Section 1, we talk about motion, forces, and energy. So here we talk about the various types of motion, how forces are able to influence the effects of forces on motion, energy conservation. Section 2 talks about thermal physics. Here we talk about heat, temperature, and its measurement, the kinetic theory, heat transfer. Section 3 talks about waves. So under waves we have reflection of light, refraction of light, sound waves, EM waves. All these are being discussed in Section 3. Then Section 4 talks about electric and magnetic field. So we all know that magnets play a very important role when it comes to instrumentation, and all these are discussed in Section 4. Section 5 talks about the atomic and nuclear physics. So here we still look at atom, we look at the structure of the atom, the various models of the atom are all discussed in Section 5. Then finally, Section 6 talks about electronics. And now you find out, or you observe that right from primary through to senior high school, electronics is in the science curriculum from primary 1 through to senior high school 3. Students, we have looked at the rationale for teaching physics, and we also look at the general aims of the senior high school physics program. We also look at the organization of the senior high school physics syllabus, and we saw that the syllabus has been organized into 6 sections. We will end session 4 of Unit 2 here. See you next time. Bye.